not going to hold you long, not at all. I don't do a whole lot of talking on these things, but I wanted to ask you a very serious question about your life. Your life. You know, I write a lot of songs about relationships. I used to just write about the relationship between God and I, and you and God, and all of that. And I oftentimes tell people that sometimes that is not proven, because people will tell you one thing, but then when you see the relationships that they have with other people, it make you wonder, do they really have a relationship with God? But I've been in memorial today, and then just one death after the other, one death after the other, one death after the other. And some of y'all are not talking to one another over something that makes no sense. Makes no sense. And then that person passes away, and now you want to go and tell them how you feel, that you're sorry, that you apologize for something that really didn't make any sense. You need to get it together. You need to really iron all of those differences out, because the difference is really, we remember the phrase, I believe it was Maya Angelou who said that we have more in common than we have in different. And I think we waste a lot of time. That's why I wrote the song. Why do people wait until you close your eyes? I didn't write these songs just to be writing words to show, oh, he's a songwriter. I wrote the songs because it just makes sense. We waste too much time, and we don't have enough time to waste time on not loving one another and not cherishing one another. Life is just a vapor, as the scripture says, and as another song that John Butler just penned. I'm writing this because you need to understand it is too fleeting for you to mess around. I understand. Believe me, God knows I know people that have ulterior motives, that use Christ as the basis for what they're doing, even in ministry, and they really don't mean you any good. So I write about them too, because life is too fleeting. We need to get this thing together before people pass away. Let them know how you feel about them. If you really do love and cherish them, let them know, because time is of the essence. It's sometimes I feel like, and I used to feel that way even pastoring, I would say feel like you're beating on a dead dog or something, because nobody's not listening. They're not listening. And then when the pain comes, when the loved one leaves, now we're trying to figure out, why didn't I get it right before that time took place, before the transitioning, before the passing away of someone that you really did care about, that you really and truly love. People, if you have the opportunity, reach out to your loved ones. Stop thinking that it's going to be another day, another year, I'll do it in 5 years. I'll do it next week. I'll do it tomorrow. No, do it today. And the reason why is because none of us is promised tomorrow. And stop using ulterior motives instead of just loving on people the way that you claim you really do love them. People can tell when they're being played. Some people just put up with you because they love you enough to put up with you, but people can tell when they're being played. It's some people that just want to love you, but you got so much game that they can't love you, because all you want to do is come in with the game. I talk about the sex all the time, because y'all put sex so high in a relationship. And in many cases, if the woman, the girl, the wife, whoever, if she would tell you the truth, brother, really, you're really not that good. Most of the time, it's what the women are willing to receive from us. But you think you're way up here. And really, it's just how she emotionally feel about you. It has nothing to do with anything else. And yet you go in and play in a relationship and mess up something that could have been genuine. Get it together, y'all. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And I'm only telling you what many of you, as I've seen history repeat itself, for most of you, you don't listen. And they used to say a hard head make a soft behind. Why did they say that? Because the pain that you get from not listening. Obedience is better than sacrifice, in other words. And many of you like to sacrifice, and then you want to come back and say, let me do it over. Let me remind you, sometimes you don't get the chance to do it over. So do it right the first time. Love somebody right the first time. Treat somebody right the first time. And make that be the only time. So you don't have to keep on making up for mistakes that you made. No, nobody is perfect. And that's the reason for forgiveness. That's the reason for grace. That's the reason for mercy. We understand that. But some of y'all continuously do it over and over. You hurt the same people over and over and over and over again. And I know that I'm just ranting all along here because human beings need to get it together. Y'all need to get it. If you hear this message, if you are listening under the sound of if you're hearing my voice right now, I'm talking to you. Get it together. Because the last regret you want to have is that when they were lying in the casket, now you want to say, I'm sorry. Now you want to say, I wish I could have, would have, should have. Do it while they're living. Do it while they're living. As a matter of fact, if you treat them right, you'll be amazed at how blessed your life will be. No ulterior motive, just love, solid, considerate, solid, sincere, genuine love. You'll be amazed what will happen in your life. Y'all be blessed. Just love one another. That's all I'm trying to say.